Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today has been a really interesting day for crypto. We saw almost every single crypto go down about 6% throughout the day. Right now, a lot of coins are recovering, with over the last 24 hours them being down about 2-3%, and over the hour, generally speaking, up about 1.5% on average, I would say. Maybe a little bit closer to 1%. Doing quite good, doing quite regular. And that's the thing, guys. A lot of people call today a really bearish day. When I check Twitter right now, people are all calling about this dump, this, that. What I see is, well, we covered that there's some Fed FUD in the markets right now, in the air circulating. We covered some of the most important levels that we're just going to kind of keep retesting. And today was yet again exactly that. Retesting. Relatively, XRP still actually did well. We covered the breakout a couple of days ago. It's actually still continuing on that little road. Again, talking about XRP versus Bitcoin. Generally speaking, though, almost every single crypto that we like and trade actually went down to kind of come back to its previous levels, kind of set a little second bottom for themselves, with only Bitcoin actually correcting lower than, I guess, the previous levels that we saw on the 13th and whatnot. The majority of our altcoins like ETH and XRP and whatnot, they all corrected a little bit higher at some of our respected and also very important levels. Then again, as I keep telling you guys, ping pong is being played. And by the way, I so wonder why a multi-$1,000 MacBook cannot handle a small little recording like this. Literally, I can hear the MacBook screaming that it doesn't want to record this. You know, I literally trashed 2 or 3 recording sessions just before this. That's actually also why the video is taking so long today, because every single time, somewhere throughout the middle, just something happens. I really held my laptop in my hands. I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw it out the freaking window. I just, I don't want to hurt anybody that's downstairs. So I'm keeping it now, but I'm thinking about it because it's a thing. I, of course, can't complain because it's still a pretty cool MacBook, but I mean, the fact that you can't record a video where the full purpose of me buying this thing is to record videos. It's like, what? All right. But having said that, we found a little double bottom here over on XRP, as you can clearly see. That's basically it. We're just playing ping pong, as I've already shouted out to you guys. Next level to watch, most likely 83 cents again, because we're playing freaking ping pong, bing bong. All right, then one thing I wanted to quickly talk about here again, guys, is something I keep sharing actually, and it's also kind of a recapper of earlier. I don't want to make this video too long, but it's just a mental little game. Today or tomorrow, I want to make some videos for Patreon. I've been shouting it out that I need to go full-on mode on Patreon. I haven't done it yet, but I'm preparing like a list of videos I want to make for there. One of them being my exit strategy, or at least my strategy if you're extremely wealthy. And that, of course, differs for every single person, because some people might think 10 million is enough. Some people might think 400 million is enough. Some people might think $2.1 billion is enough. Some people think $20,000 is enough. It depends. Everybody has a different little goal right there. But there's one thing that I want to keep kind of pointing out there, and that is that, logically speaking, if you have the idea of wanting to cash out of crypto, you got to be honest with yourself and notice, yeah, you're a crypto enthusiast, but you most likely are a person who does not fully believe in crypto. Because the way I see it, guys, is I don't really need other stuff in the form of US dollars or euros. That's also the main reason why I keep the majority of my money in crypto. I don't really go out of it. I do keep some in Tether, but that's not because I want to have dollars in excess. No, it's mostly because I just want to be able to buy the dips further. And that is mostly with the idea that, like BitBoy shared here, if you keep zooming out and looking at Bitcoin, looking at XRP, looking at all these things through a little, I don't know, like a freaking orb, right? You look at them and look at the past. You'll notice if you just kept on buying consecutively every single week or something like that for the last couple of years, you'd be juicy. And the only coin that really doesn't follow the same thread as all the others is XRP because of the lawsuit, I would say. But the general rule of thumb is if you just kept on buying, you kept on going on, you right now would be in a very good position. And that's what I kind of keep thinking for the near future and the future as well. We might kind of decrease in how fast we increase in price, which basically means it might take way longer to go 10x, from Bitcoin to go from 100,000 to a million. It might take, let's say 5 years. Who knows? I don't really care. It could be that it happens all within the same year. I literally do not know, nor do I care. Because the idea is there that in due time, we're just going to keep going up and up and up. We might have some down days, might have some down years, but in the longer term, if we zoom out enough, we'll basically see the upwards direction. And when I kind of remind myself of that type of stuff, I think as well, why would you want to cash out so badly if you are so ecstatic about this technology, it being adopted everywhere, it's just going to continue to be bigger? Where am I going to cash out to? To the dollar, which we've just seen numbers, 7% inflation or so. Your money just became 7% more worthless, literally. I talk about all these headlines everywhere, guys. They are not respecting your money. If you're holding US dollars, you are literally going down in value by the day. From that perspective, I'm thinking, yeah, you want to cash out to that? It's purely because of safety reasons. But then I'm thinking, yeah, I can better go for things like a couple of watches, or I can better go for things like an actual house, not as an investment in reality. It's mostly as a backup measure. But then I'm also thinking, and this is what a couple of big guys here have told me, if you're preparing with failure in mind, right, then you probably won't make it that far, in the sense that people who prepare for failure, they're not with at least this is what I've been told. I've been thinking about this. I haven't really figured out a complete conclusion just quite yet. It's like people who plan out failure ahead of time, basically. They're preparing for the failure. They don't give the failure no option, so to speak. And so if you don't have the mindset of whatever happens, I'll make it again, I'll make it better, I don't know, you're diminishing yourself. And I also keep thinking about that sometimes where I'm like, maybe I should actually go more conservative. Maybe I should actually buy some houses. Maybe I should actually invest more in this, that. Then I keep thinking, no. Honest to truth, I think crypto is literally the best investment I can make. I make the most amount of money just investing in different crypto projects. It's just insanely good. We'll definitely go on a really good journey throughout here. It's going to be just freaking amazing. I know it's going to, at least my own opinion, is going to stay around for decades to come. It's going to be the bigger technology as time moves on as well. So why would I ever go out of it, basically? It's only if I did not believe in it anymore, I think it's actually going to kind of fail or go down, but I honestly don't believe so. I honestly wish that we would get some bigger FUD so I can buy cheaper, because I would wish for a $3,000 Bitcoin again. I honestly would. Just honest to truth. I would really love for that. And from that perspective as well, I don't really need to, I guess, prepare for failure in that sense, because I don't really see failure or like the quote-unquote risk that people sometimes talk about with crypto as a real option. A crash, yeah, but like the system failing or it going away, I don't really see it happening. And if it does, we'll most likely have figured out quite a lot of juicy things by that time. And as I said before, you can definitely do some stuff, to, for example, as I just said, buy a house is like a thing that you want to do, or pay off your mortgage or anything along those lines, because it's just maybe things you want to do in your life. You might not be able to just keep crypto and live in a freaking cottage for the rest of your life. I don't know. But generally speaking, it's my best investment, so why would I want to cash out for? I don't know. Again, guys, it's just my own opinion. I've also been refining this piece by piece as time moves on. I understand from a certain perspective as well that diversification is key. And so, as I said before, I do think that if you have a couple of different investment pieces, it might be a juicy thing. The only thing I'm regarding here is cashing out to dollars and keeping it in that fiat store of value. All right. So the house thing as an investment, it's definitely a viable option, just not a real juicy one in terms of ROI, if you ask me, in comparison to crypto. And watches definitely can be up there with the ROI. But there's also a lot more things, just don't think it's like small. If you want to start a business, for example, that stuff is also maybe juicy. You guys get my drift. I'm just talking about the US dollar because of the inflation and the huge decrease in the value of money. So, yeah. All right, before I go on here, guys, make sure you check out Bybit. A link is down below. We're buying into these coins like crazy. I talked about it a couple of times already, but make sure you check out the link down below for Bybit. It's the exchange to use, and there's a couple other exchanges to use down there as well. So make sure you check those out. See you guys again in another crypto video later today.